Hello everybody, welcome back. We're back with more Final Fantasy XIV. Shadows of the First. As Afino and many others know all too well, there is no rest for the righteous. So the Warriors of Darkness and the Ossians are conspiring to bring about Garuda's summoning, that they might put her to the sword. Then when we first encountered them in Loth Astnath, when they were confronting Ravana. God, has this been their aim all along? What do you intend to do, Master Alphino? There's much and more I do not understand, but I know this. A primal summoning cannot be ignored. Alize risked her life to uncover this plot, and we squander her gift at our peril. Shint, will you accompany me to that place and help me stop the Yaxel ritual? Of course. Given that Ishgard shares a border with the Yaxi homeland, we have a vested interest in the outcome of this ritual. We have been willing to suffer the Beastmen's intrusions into Korthian lands to a point, but the summoning of a primal is an escalation we cannot abide. You shall have our fastest airship, Master Alphino. The mountains of Zephytal are not easily traversed, and this endeavor demands all haste. The gesture is most appreciated, Sir Amric, but I fear an aerial approach is destined to fail. This is their homeland, after all, and the Yaxi dirigibles are not to be underestimated. No, experience tells me the only conceivable approach is by land. I believe it would be wise to cross into Zephytal by way of the mountain pass east of Camp Dragonhead. In that case, I shall send instructions for the contingent of the camp's knights to be placed at your disposal. They will secure your safe passage through the mountains and escort you therefore to or thence. Though my men are unqualified to confront a primal, they are more than capable of contending with the Ixal. We should be glad of their assistance, Lord Edmund. In the event Mistress Alize regains consciousness, we shall share with you any additional information she may provide. May the Fury watch over and keep you safe. Then let us be off. We can procure any additional supplies we require at Camp Dragonhead. Pardon me. I'm already yawning. No. Pelatorton. Everything you require, then? Excellent. The entrance to the pass is north of Natalin and due east of Camp Dragonhead. It is normally guarded by a score of Ixali warriors. I have been informed that House of Fortemps knights have been already dispatched. The enemy's gates lies open. We need but walk through. Master Beta, Master Alphino, as you can see, the gate is ours. Be advised that our scouts are reporting increased activity around the first mountain. Simply put, they're up to something, and don't want anyone interfering. Stand ready to escort you and aid you as you see fit. The enemy will be thick on the ground upon arriving. Let's advance with care as we search for the site of the summoning ritual. If the gods are good, we should only have to contend with the Axel, but if they are not, we may be forced to do battle with the warriors of darkness. Oh. Oh, it is a dungeon. Alright. Forced to flee the Black Shroud for fear of the elementals and their boundless wrath, the Axel settled the windswept mountains of Zelfatal more than 550 years ago. Since that day, they have labored tirelessly to eke out existence in these harsh and unforgiving lands, slowly but surely expanding their domain over the entire region. Yet the Axel have never forgotten that which was once denied them, and so they seek divine intervention once more. To summon Garuda and beseech her strike down their enemies. In the shadow of the first mountain, the ritual nears completion, and only you and your comrades can hope to deliver the realm from destruction. Yoing. And while we wait, we'll go do some other things. Alright, mission is bound to succeed. Alright, cool. It's about time. I'm freezing, and had half of my to skin this one to keep warm. Now then, hand it over. Here you are, the entire fortune that was bequeathed unto me. Share it with your people as recompense, starting with the families of the bereaved. On behalf of Mouse Mantigny, I am truly sorry. Hey, Vanilla, how you doing? Theo, very forfend. What have you gotten yourself into this time? I swear I leave you alone for but a moment. I was never in danger, Lay. I prayed to the Fury, and by your hand was Cram returned to me. I am terribly sorry to have involved you in my personal affairs. I should have known that the lives of my family would not be enough to sate the small folks' thirst for vengeance. You doing alright? Good. I'm tired. But today's my Friday, so I just need to get through work today. Think nothing of it. I too lost my father, so if you ever have need to speak about it, you can confide in me as a friend. My father sought to curry favor with the Holy See, and so he raised great levies to send to the front lines. Honor was his prize, but it was bought with the blood of his subjects, and eventually his own. The small folk have come to resent his demands for service, and when the truth of the war was revealed, they revolted. The mob overran the manor guard, and my father and 5 brothers perished at their hands. Had I not been sent away, I would have surely died with them. Our fortunes had grown poor following calamity, you see, and since I was the youngest, father bid me leave to make my own way. So I enrolled in the scholasticate, with hopes of becoming a bishop, to bring honor to myself and my house. But now... No, there's no use dwelling on what could have been. We must look to the future, and do what we can to make Ishgard whole again. Every moment is sacred, and you help me to see that, Theo. Consider me your friend and ally. Ow. Is it almost done? Come on. Well said, Cram. Well said. Together you may yet bring about lasting change. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Without the endorsement of the Scholasticate and the support of our peers, no one will listen to us. What's more, I still haven't heard anyone explain how they're supposed to get seats on the Trinity. Ishgard wasn't built in a day, Lay. Besides, we still have plenty of time to work something out. See? I knew he wouldn't take this seriously. Well, I'm commencing. Frick it. I'll be able to get back to it, I think. Here we go. Ah. Got the Bancho fan sword. Or the Deku Leaf's sword, I don't know. Sword with the Deku Leaf attached. Oh. Intrude upon sacred grounds, who dares? Awesome. Hey! Oh, I got something? Oh, I got scouting trousers. Cool. Alphina's just sitting there? Alright.
So they were unable to see the ritual to its completion. Then Garuda is no longer a threat, and whatever the Ascians and the Warriors of Darkness were planning has come to naught. But we should not tarry. The knights have secured our path to safety.
Well, well. What do we have here? You'd better not have killed the primal without us.
Hmm? That the Ascian?
You!
Wait, I know you. Still walking, I see. I could have sworn my aim was true.
Just what is your game? Leading us the long way so these fools could step in and claim our prize?
No, no. Let's not make hasty accusations. By the look of things, the ritual was proceeding as planned. We arrived at the appointed hour. 'Twas they who erred.
It is hopeless. We cannot face them all.
Do mine ears deceive? A boy! So that's the way of it. Twins! You had me worried for a moment there. Know that I will happily make it quicker for you, if you just stand still.
Enough, Jarumal. We wouldn't want to upset the man in white with any unnecessary bloodshed now, would we? You've been awfully busy since we were kind enough to spare your lives.
While you were idly consorting with the Ascians, you mean? 7 hells! What could you possibly hope to achieve?
Should I explain it to you? Very well. Consider it a reward of sorts for beating us here. You know the tale of Hydaelyn and Zodiac, I take it? Of the great sundering and the reflections it created?
Across 10 and 3 they were divided. Reflections of the source, each possessed of shards of light and dark.
Just so. One of those reflections, the one nearest to the source, is our home. And we were the heroes blessed with her light. But not all worlds hold light and dark in equal measure. In ours, the power of light was greater by far. So the Ascians, who once threatened our home, were no match. And they fell before us, one after another, till none were left. Victory, we thought. And then came the light. A flood of pure, blinding radiance, annihilating shadow and color and life itself. Ere long, it will consume our world, leaving naught in its wake but blank perfection.
That cannot be. Do you honestly expect us to believe such a story?
Believe what you like. But it has happened before, on a world far removed from ours. The 13th, which was swallowed by the dark and transformed into what you call the Void. Unchallenged light would condemn us to a similar fate. And so we joined hands with our former enemies, and with their aid came here, to the source. For there is but one way to restore the balance and save our home. The Ardor. Calamitous destruction with the power to break down the barriers between planes and see our worlds rejoined.
You would doom our world to save your own? What would even become of us? Of you?
Enough. I tire of talking. You know our cause. You know what is at stake. We are prepared to do whatever it takes. Are you?
If there is aught you would say, say it. Otherwise, be gone. You have no friends here.
Mysterious elf in his group. The one that wasn't there before. And looks fairly similar to someone else I may or may not know. All things considered, we should be grateful to have survived that encounter. Yeah, him. Do you think it could be true that to save their world they must bring ruin to ours? No, it matters not. Such wanton destruction is beyond justification. Whatever their reason, they must be stopped. The sacrifice, the loss, it ends here. Oh. Gave me music, thank you. Woo! FNO would like nothing more than to get out of the snow. Forgive me. This is neither the time nor the place for idle introspection. Knights can apprise Lord Edmund of our success, and we the Lord Commander. More importantly, I should like to see if my sister's condition has improved. You may take a moment for yourself if you wish. I will be at the congregation. Who knows? It could be anyone. Or no one. Got a fairly good idea who it was. It brings me joy to see you safely return to Ashent. What news from the area? Then we were not too late. On behalf of Ishgard, I offer you my deepest thanks. As for we who remain behind, Mr. Sistola has been tending to Mr. Salazay in your absence. I am pleased to report that she has regained consciousness. Yay! I imagine you have many questions, especially given your recent encounter with the Warriors of Darkness. I know I do. Come, let me show you to her room. Don't worry, her condition is much improved. She is a resilient one, much like her brother. Alizé!
How are you feeling?
Well enough, brother. Thanks to the kindness of our hosts. They told me you had departed for Zelfatol while I was still abed. I slept much better knowing that. Thank you.
I take it your mission was a success.
For the most part, yeah.
As if we needed any further confirmation that they are in league with the Ascians. But to save another world? I think not.
I too thought his story fanciful at first. But it is possible there may be a kernel of truth in all of this. At the very least, none of his claims contradict the word's account.
You were following these people, Alice. Why?
During my travels, I had oft enjoyed tales of the Scions and their exploits. But after a time, I began to hear whispers of a gifted and theretofore unknown band of adventurers. Adventurers who had supposedly sworn to travel the realm slaying primals in the Scion's stead.
The Warriors of Darkness. And in the course of investigating these rumors, you stumbled upon the Ascians' involvement.
Yes, exactly.
Forgive me, but if these Warriors of Darkness mean to bring about another calamity, to what end do they hunt primals?
To prompt an escalation. To deepen the beast tribe's feelings of helplessness and despair, and thereby drive them to summon ever more powerful gods. And lest we forget, these events do not occur in isolation. With their patron deities being slain left and right, the news of man's victory over Nidhogg must surely have sown panic in the minds of the beastmen. 'Tis no wonder they wish to defend themselves.
Power answered with greater power. Death with more death. A vicious cycle fueled by fear and hatred. I know it's like all too well.
Indeed. The Ascians sow discord and desperation, and the Warriors of Darkness reap the harvest. And so it continues. Yet that is not the extent of their ambitions. The Ascian himself observed that once the powerless realize that the old gods have failed them, they will have little recourse but to look to a new one.
We cannot let that happen.
It should come as no surprise, but Alice and I have uncovered evidence that the Ascians have been manipulating certain parties to ensure that a constant stream of crystals flows into the hands of the beast tribes. If we sever these supply lines, we should at least be able to slow the escalation.
Agreed. Kral and I shall journey to Zelfatol and learn what we can of the Ixal's source.
Then I, for my part, pledge to lead a similar investigation into the origin of the Nath supply.
Sir Emmerich?
As a member of the Eorzean Alliance, Ishgard is honor bound to play an active role in maintaining the security of the realm. You might also say that I have some personal motivation, given the Ascians' dealings with my father. However, I make no secret of the fact that my knowledge of primal beings is scant at best. As such, I should be most grateful if one of your order were to assist me.
Allow me, Sir Emmerich. I have dealt with the Nath before.
Cool. What are we gonna do?
With Orianja then. Given his dedication to the study of primal beings, I should be surprised if he could not tell us something of value.
Yeah, that's very true. Let's go speak with him. Yeah, she
Allow me
knows.
to accompany you, brother. And before you think to refuse, know that I am not the girl I once was. I shall not be a burden. You have my word.
But Alize, you... You are more than welcome. After all, it was you who set us upon this path.
Totally innocent. Entirely innocent.
Wait a minute. I'm afraid I can't allow you to leave just yet. Not until you try on the new outfit I prepared for you.
True, fashion is also a must. It was good of you to accompany my sister on her forays into the I still haven't finished that. I need to do that at some point. The knowledge that you were with her did much to put my mind at rest, or ease, whatever. Though I know not what she found at the end of her search, Dex and Sinus did inform me that she had taken to the road on her own, apparently on a journey of self-discovery. And what came of that, I can only speculate. I am glad our paths crossed regardless. My apologies for keeping you waiting. Ah, okay, kind of worth it. That's cool. Alright, I like it. Right then, shall we be off? I have not finished the Bahamut raids. No. I need to. Tatru never ceases to impress. For a moment I feared she might furnish you with an identical outfit. I thought she was too. Praise the 12, she did not. Mother and father were rather too fond of making us wear matching clothes. Do you remember that time at the studium when that girl of yours crept up behind me in the hall and whispered, "Sister, please! She was not my... Can we not have this conversation in front of the Warrior of Light?" So be it. Another time, perhaps. I should thank you again for your assistance with my expedition, Shent. I will. I guess it is still fairly early. I could do that now, too. Continue on with the story as we wait. Though we left matters somewhat unfinished, I am nevertheless prepared to focus on the task at hand and aid you to the fullest extent of my ability. As you help me to brave the coils, so too will I help you to defeat the Warriors of Darkness. Been meaning to ask about the carriage. I don't know. What's up with the carriage? Ah yes, the carriage that so fortuitously arrived to split us away from Ul'dah after the banquet. The driver informed me that I had my sister to thank for his presence in Ul'dah. How did you know to send help? Oh, drunken breast blades that are even less discreet than sober ones. Unfortunately, by the time I learned of the plot, it was too late to do anything more. Frankly, I'm still amazed Brennan managed to find you. New garments aside, I must say that you seem different, more resolute than when last we met. You have the look of a woman who is ready to fight for the future of Eorzea. To the extent of my abilities, perhaps, but I have no delusions of grandeur, nor will I pretend to have found myself or any such thing. I am here today because I would regret it if I weren't, that is all. Fair enough. Let us depart for the Waking Sands, then, and see if Yanje can be of assistance. We go back to the Waking Sands once again. How high of a level do I need to be to solo it? I'm already 74. 80? Alright. We'll do the thing. No. I need this one. I need... I don't think I've done any of the final coil. So I'll just do that. You think I'm fine with soloing it? Alright, I'll try that then. Go to the cogwheel. Okay. An instant damage with a preferred or an uninitiated value can opt to employ it at the mass agreed only. That rule can be changed any time within the duty. Find a set line before a duty is commenced. Party. Whoa! Thank you, gift chair. Thank you for the follow. Okay, makes you guys level 74. Okay. Then join? Okay, there we go. Commence. Let's see how I do! I can either see this going really well or really poorly. We'll see, though. So this is how it looks on the inside. The interment hulk still functions. The teleportation was a success. We are come to the right place. There's no telling how much further Bahamut has regenerated since last we beheld him. Let's make haste on the main bridge and deactivate the coil. There were receptacles similar to these in the previous Hulk. Those held chimerical beasts, but only the Alligans know what other abominations may be sleeping within. They may well be part of Dalaman's internal defenses. We must stay on our guard at all times. Yeah, I don't like that they're wearing similar outfits. I'm glad that they now have their own. Pyrokinetic link up. Chimera? Oh, a ring on his tail. Oh. Imdagugd. Oh no. Well, I don't think I can solo this now. That's fine. It's good we experimented to see. Oh, don't be sorry. It's fine. Yeah, I'll leave the duty. Yeah. No worries with that one. Boom. There we go. Just means I do have to join a party. Shouldn't take that long. It's only like a two-party raid. There we go. Alright. I do want to continue at least this, since we started it. We'll get to the point where we left off last time. See, I knew I wouldn't take that seriously. Calm yourself today and keep an open mind. Now let us return and discuss our next course of action. It's always them near the end. Well, wait. Oh, I nearly forgot. Inspector Briarden was looking for you at the cathedral. He wished to speak with you regarding his investigation, I believe. Alright, but now the most important thing... Oh, wait. I still think I have on me... Yep, still 64 tickets. Back to Vesper Bay. Actually, now that I think about it, probably need to repair my stuff. my friend. How are you doing? Jan J, apologies for calling upon you unannounced. Why, Master Alphino, would that the scholar had seen fit to grant me knowledge of your coming. What bringeth thee in line here this day? It'll let me know. Ah, okay, that's good. The warriors of darkness have returned. Pray allow us to explain. You see, this happened, and then, well, that, and then the other thing. I too have heard tales in recent days of primal beings rising up only to be cast down by forces unknown. Alas, as thou didst observe, this serveth but to spur the beast tribes to pursue their goals with redoubled fervor. We have two objectives this time: to identify and remove the source of the beast tribe's crystals, and to take direct action to prevent any further summoning rituals from reaching completion. The second is easier said than done, of course. While we were fortunate enough to learn of the Axel's plans before they came to fruition, I should be surprised if the Warriors of Darkness and the Ossians did not have similar designs elsewhere, of which we have no knowledge. Thou wert wise to come hither, for this very day did I receive tidings most troubling from across the Strait of Mirthor. Ogomoro stirreth, and there are whispers that the Lord of Crags neareth his return. Mere rumours, mark thou, but in light of thine own discoveries, thou canst ill afford to turn a deaf ear to their claims. Aye, we must ascertain the truth of the matter for ourselves. Let us consult with the Maelstrom force stationed at Camp Overlook Shint. Thank you for your counsel, NJ. Pray inform us should you learn aught else. I shall. If I may, brother, Jan J, is there anything else you would like to say? Alize? If not, then never mind. I only ask because you're normally rather more verbose. Nothing to add? Very well. Ere we depart, I wish to make a request. The Warriors of Darkness spoke of how the Ardor had the power to break down the barriers between planes, and that our worlds might be rejoined. I would ask that you research this for us. Being nowhere near as well read as you, I'm sure I wouldn't know where to begin. That said, I have heard tales of a promising tome, the Garoon Oracles. Mayhap you could start there. By thy leave. Camp Overlook, was it? Very well. Okay. I gotta go this way. It's been a while since I've been in the Waking Sand. Oh, nope. Also wrong. Come, let's speak with the commander, see if there's any truth to the rumors concerning Titan's return. If that better be the sulfur. God. 7 hells at this rate, I'll have to appeal to Maelstrom Command for reinforcements. What is it? We don't want any. Well, fancy that. Just when my kobold problems look like coming to a head, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn turn up, itching to pitch in. Bloody brilliant timing is what it is. Right then, let's get to it. You do have a Titan issue. So our friendly neighbors in Ugamaro have got much more aggressive of late, just as you said. Matter of fact, I got spotted one sniffing around the stores just now, likely looking to make off with an armful of crystals. I'll be damned if I'm about to let that happen. Lend a hand and help us search the camp for the little bugger, would you? Training complete. Report back to barracks for debriefing. Until the following classes are met. Oh, because this is the... Never mind. That's why I was trying to do the machinists. Or the machinists. Yeah, that's... Yeah, okay. Never mind. I'm dumb. Oh, sparkly. Master friends seem notably more agitated than when first we arrived. Do you happen to know why that might be? A kobold on the camp, you say? That would appear to corroborate Yanjay's information, yes, but to be so reckless as to infiltrate a Maelstrom camp and draw attention to their efforts is passing strange. Well, there will be time to think on this later. For the present, we must do everything in our power to prevent Titan summoning, and that means finding and questioning this kobold. Need an aerial view. way far back. I'm not a... God, it's no use, pointless, hopeless, no use. Please, don't hurt me. I only wish to talk. Yes, yes, just talk. Ah. Then talk, dang it. uh. This was a stupid plan. Stupid, stupid, stupid. But if I tell no one, then everyone will. Gah, he found me again. What to do, what to do, what to do? I come in peace, only to talk. Speak, say, talk. So please, please do not hurt me. So this is our wily kobold infiltrator, is it? No wonder the soldiers were on edge. He could very well give one a bruised knee. Yeah. Huzzah! We got him! Fine work, scions! So, little one, thought you could sneak into my camp, did you? Plotting to steal my crystals, were you? No, no, no! I came to talk, to ask for help. But when your soldiers saw me, they drew their weapons and shouted, and I... Now, let us take a deep breath and discuss this like civilized individuals. What is your name, child? Pikmin Gabu of the 620th Order. At least, I will be a Pikmin. One day. Well met, Gabu. I am Alphino, and this is my sister Alize. Shent, the man who found you, is our friend. And now that you know our names, can we be friends too? Now, Commander Loadin here thinks you wanted to take his crystals, Gabu, but you said you came to ask for help. Why to us and not to your own people? What happened, Gabu? Can you tell us? No one's going to hurt you, alright? Not while we're here, I promise. The Patriarch, he's... The Patriarch is going to summon the Great Father again, and you have to stop him! Beat him! Fight him! Stop him! Gabu's parents said they didn't want it, along with many others, but the Patriarch wouldn't listen. He was so angry, raging, fuming angry. He said if they didn't have iron in their hearts, they would serve as coke for the furnace. And then the guards took my parents and the others away, and I haven't seen any of them since. Coke for the furnace? I did not want to believe it, but I heard tales of folky fashioned from the bones of beastmen, which worshippers use in their rituals, hoping to summon more powerful incarnations of their gods. By the 12, that is sickening. No one listens to Gabu, no matter how much he cries, pleads, begs, cries. They do not listen, only talk about punishing the overdwellers and praising the Great Father. Gabu loves the Great Father, but he loves his parents too, so please help Gabu stop the Patriarch and save his parents. Commander, advise Maelstrom Command that Titan summoning is imminent. Should the worst come to worst, we will require their support. Time being of the essence, we three will attempt to infiltrate the Kobold stronghold, secure their crystals, and free the prisoners. Well, if you're sure, you'll forgive me if I don't seem optimistic. We'll make ready just in case. Oh boy. I have faith that we may yet stop the ritual. We would surely have detected the associated etheric disturbance had Titan manifested already. But I cannot speak for the prisoners. 12 have mercy that they would even contemplate sacrificing their own flesh and blood, brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers. Time is of the essence. We must see what else Gabu knows and formulate a plan without further delay. The beast that mourned at the heart of the mountain. Shifting nervously from foot to foot, Gabu struggles to meet your gaze. I heard Great Father Titan loves crystals, cherishes, covets, loves them, and if we gather enough, he will return. That's why the Patriarch told everyone to go forth and gather them. So I was thinking, if we take all the crystals away, maybe the Great Father won't come? Very good, Gabu. I was just thinking the same thing. Do you know where these crystals are stored? I know. Oh, several spots, each defended by a different order. Gabu wanted to steal them, but he was too afraid to go alone. Yes, too afraid to go alone. But together, we can take them away and hide them. Come. Gabu will lead you to the first cache. Quickly! Do you have them all? Good. Lead on, Gabu. This way! Time is short. If you have the crystals, we should move on to the next cache. Did you hear me, brother? Brother! Aye, it's just that... I'm quite certain that crate once bore Ishgardian seals. Someone took great pains to remove all traces, but enough remains to make out the pattern. See for yourself. I struggle to imagine kobolds traveling to Korthus to obtain crystals, much less bothering to conceal their origins. I suspect these crystals were smuggled into Vilbren by another party, most likely a pawn of the Ossians, as Thancred speculated. I don't understand. Who are the Ossians? Do they worship Great Father Titan too? Ah, never you mind about that. As Alizé said, we do not have a lot of time. Could you lead us to the next cache, Gabu? Yes. Of course, Gabu knows the way. This next one is the last and is very large, very big, very huge, very large! Though you cast about for a time, you see no sign of the crystals. They're using them. Confound it. What about you, Shen? Any luck? No. Nothing. This can't be. Gabu saw them. Spied, spotted, and saw. Think, brother, think. They must have moved them, yes? The question is, where to and why? Within Ogamoro, where they summoned Titan once before and mean to do so again, it is the only explanation. What about Mother and Father and the others? We have to help them. And we will, Gabu, we will. Stay calm, we still have time. They have yet to call for the remaining crates, yes? If they had, then they would have found the other caches empty and sounded the alarm. Nevertheless, I believe the time for stealth is past. We must breach the navel and seize the remaining crystals. There is no other way to prevent Titan summoning. First, give me your crystals, that I might deliver them into Commander Bloedine's custody. We do not take them into the bowels of the mountain. Crystal Shint, if you would be so kind. Thank you. I should deliver them to Count Overlook for safekeeping and brief Commander Bloedine of the situation. Pray go on ahead, and as I recall, there is an Aetheryte within Ugamaro mines that should deliver you to the navel. Gabu doubtless knows the way. Wait for me there, and I shall rejoin you anon. Strange, I would have thought you eager to remain in the thick of the action. But if this is what you would prefer, then Godspeed, brother. This way. The way is blocked. very confused why it will not let me through. Because I don't need to go through, I'm dumb. Oh, never mind. Ignore me. I take it this is the 8th rite we seek. Right then. As soon as Alphino arrives, we go. I trust you're feeling suitably heroic, Shent. There's no telling what sort of resistance we'll face in there. Quickly, you clods! Swiftly, quickly! I will not suffer any further delays! Lay down your arms and surrenders. We have your crystals. There will be no summoning this day. Overdwellers? Here. But how did you... Where are my parents, Patriarch? Where are they? Oh no, we're too late. I took too long trying to get here. No! Mother? Father? Coke for the furnace. You monster! How could you? We are but servants of the Lord of Crags. We are his, that he may drink of our blood and partake of our flesh, that he might draw upon the strength of his children and defend them from the tyranny of the Overdwellers. No, Alizé, not yet. I understand, Patriarch. I do. Your fear, your anger, your hate. You would do anything to protect your people. Anything to deliver them from despair. Whatever it takes to ensure that those who threaten you can never do so again. But in your single-minded pursuit of this objective, you have brought suffering to your own kith and kin. You have sacrificed the lives of the very people you sought to protect. But it need not be this way, Patriarch. Renounce this bloody course. Cease your attempts to summon your god and work with us together to build a lasting peace. Another peace to be abandoned at the Overdwellers' convenience. Oathbreakers, all of you. Liars, betrayers, oathbreakers. You take and you take and you take, and when you've had your fill, you sue for peace. You promise that this time is the last, until you grow hungry again. And when we dare to defend ourselves, you declare that this beast tribe cannot be suffered to live, that our god drains the land of Aether and brings naught but suffering, death, destruction, suffering upon us all. I will hear no more lies from you and yours, Overdweller. You've ruined your own lands. You'll not ruin ours. I said I'd come for you, and I did. I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. Say something, please. Please. Please! Oh no. Wake up, 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 wake up! Wake up! Not the one they were meaning, Titan. Oh, Titan's gonna fight them now. Yep. Seven hells. I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. Alphino, leave him to me. I love the carbuncle Sonic spun onto him. We must away. Oh, are they just gonna let Titan run rampage in there? Should we do... That sounds familiar. I feel like they've asked me this before. Plus, yeah, I don't even see them. I'm not gonna even answer this time. By the 12, how could I be so foolish? Should have known better than to let Gabu accompany us, given what we were like to find. His anguish and despair have served to birth a primal, just as surely as would the supplications of the faithful. Worse, being born of such tumultuous emotions, this incarnation of Titan seems incapable of naught but violence. We have one cause for optimism. It is that while many crystals were present, they represented but a fraction of the quantity intended for the summoning ritual, meaning that Titan must be far weaker than planned. Be that as it may, he is yet a primal, and the longer we leave him to bleed the land of Aether, the stronger he will grow. And should Titan be permitted to leave Ogormo, more lives will be lost. The Maelstrom will rally their troops, and the cycle will continue. Shent, you know what must be done. Will you face the Lord of Crags once more? Of course I will. Thank you, my friend. Alize and I will tend to Gabu. When you have finished with the primal, look for us in Camp Overlook. We'll be expecting you. Confront Titan in the naval. Hard mode. Blue. Well, I can't do that. So I'm gonna go to Corthus instead. I don't think I'm gonna easily get into the coils of Bahamut. Well then, my associate, have you anything to report? Give me money. I can't stop yawning, my gosh. Former subject of House Maintigny demanding recompense for the misdeeds of Graham's father. How fortunate that the situation was resolved peacefully. My investigation has been less productive, unfortunately. I thought to speak with Ura, the student who withdrew from the Scholasticate, but I cannot find her anywhere. Same must be said of the infamous Volumes 11, which contains passages extolling the virtues of equality. Like the girl, it has vanished without a trace. The circumstances surrounding these incidents suggest deliberate intent. Someone may be attempting to turn this tenuous state of affairs to their advantage, but if so, then to what end? For 1,000 years a sickness has ravaged our city. It has festered within the minds and hearts of our citizens, and in our clergy especially. Treating it will be a long and arduous process, but an altogether necessary one. Our role in that process is clear: to diagnose the root of the Scholasticate's ailments. If there are malicious forces at work, then it is our duty to see justice done. In a time of unrest, when the light of truth was lost to the righteous, the children looked to one another for guidance, that they might walk in her grace. Achievement unlocked. Back to school 1. Brighton appears to be lost in thought. Ah, if it isn't my trusted associate back from the field. As you will doubtless have seen for yourself, change is sweeping through Ishgard, and the veil which once threatened to smother the hearts and minds of our people is slowly but surely being lifted. It is as if our fair city has been born anew. It is in large and part thanks to you. Which is not to say our problems have come to an end. No, the silent struggle between the lowborn and highborn goes on, growing more fractious by the day. I have come to believe that someone, somewhere, is fanning the flames of hatred to further their own ends. I am convinced, now more than ever, that Ula's sudden disappearance alongside that of Volume 11 of the Articles of Hellenic Polity is no mere coincidence. Both she and it, after all, were passionate advocates of equality among men. As to who is responsible and what their true intentions might be, I cannot say. Ascertaining these things will no doubt require that we first find the missing girl, and as of this moment our best hope of learning her whereabouts may rest on discovering the fate of the book. As such, I shall continue searching for any clue which might lead us to the missing tome. In the meantime, I ask that you trouble the students for any information you might have on Ula. Failing that, find out if they have witnessed any unusual occurrences around the Scholasticate. Anything at all. Well then, let us be about it. Welcome back, Shen. Pray allow me to show you inside. Blazey's been distracted lately. I'm lucky if I can get a simple good morning from her. Ever since Ula left, she's been rushing around the city like a madwoman, looking for any information she can find on the girl, that she might have an excuse to talk to Theo. The only really unexpected change I've seen of late is Lay's attitude towards Cram. He really seems to have warmed up to him. Why, he even went so far as to initiate a conversation the other day. He spoke to me, 'tis true, but 'twas not out of fondness. He merely hates me very slightly less than he values Ula's safe return. One of the seniors told me she was been diagnosed with something called lung rot, and that she's too weak to attend any of her classes. Thinking back, I did hear her coughing from time to time, but I had no idea it was anything so serious. Lessons of Volume 11 seemed to resonate deeply with Ula. She would oft stay up in the small hours reading and rereading them. Mayhap they spurred her to steal away in the night and take up with the revolutionaries. How many times must I say this? Ula was not coerced into leaving, nor was she abducted. Nor did she die from a fictitious disease. She quit the scholasticate of her own free will for reasons known only to her and the Fury. Really, this is so difficult to understand. Welcome back, Master Abetter. What a pleasant surprise to see you. How might I be of service to you this day? Theomacent. Ah, in the wake of Ula's withdrawal, he and Lei have devoted their every waking moment to the task of uncovering her whereabouts. They're quite adamant that the girl must be found and persuaded to resume her studies here. As a matter of fact, they approached me earlier today to beg leave to travel to Gorgagna Mills, claiming that a trip there would yield information they needed to accomplish their aim. No sooner had I granted their request than they rushed off. Such compassion and eagerness to serve others is a rarity even among the clergy. I'm going to tell you how proud I am of what young men they have become. Dive bomb. Shent, is it really you? That we should be reunited thus amid the snowy peaks of Corthus is... Why, it is nothing short of a miracle. I sense the hand of the divine at work. Alone has answered our prayers. Theo, Shent has no idea what you're talking about. But by all means explain, but do it slowly and from the beginning. My apologies. Excitement got the better of me. Shent, this is the resting place of Father Coisau, the man who found room in his heart for two waifs from the street, granting them the opportunity to rise above their station in life. Do you perchance recall the book that was stolen from Theo and burned by that lost soul we once thought of as a brother? It was one of the last mementos we had of the man. Now all that's left to remind us of him is this place. Indeed, and while we often come here to seek solace and guidance in his blessed presence, today our purpose is more practical. With our search for Ula at an impasse, we had hoped he might grant us inspiration. That is why I believe our meeting with you here, in this our hour of need, is a sign from above, mayhap the work of the Father himself. I take from this that we are not meant to bear this burden alone, and that the obstacles we face can only be surmounted by working in concert with others. Ula's disappearance has thrown the scholasticate into turmoil, and the long-simmering mistrust between those of noble and ignoble birth has boiled over into outright hatred. Now more than ever, We must seek to join hands with like-minded souls who understand that this malice will only serve to sow further discord. Like-minded souls such as you. I am reminded of the words of Volume 11 of the Articles of Hellenic Polity. Of the Furies' love will all men receive, and by the balance of her spear will all be set free. We must strive to love our neighbor even as we love ourselves, just as Helone does. To do otherwise is to defy her will. Yes, and while we will surely be rewarded for our tolerance, the highborn bastards who would sooner pretend that passage doesn't exist won't be so lucky. Why, they may even find themselves on the receiving end of a spear for everything they put us through. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself, aren't I? We still haven't found a single clue as to Ula's whereabouts. Fear not, Lay. With Shent at our side, I have faith that we shall find her, and that she will soon retake her rightful place in the hallowed halls of Saint Edelim's Scholasticate. I hope you're right. At any rate, we've done what we can do, so there's no point freezing our arses off out here. Till we meet again, Shent. Yes. Just able to find Theon Lay. I see, yes, the two of them have always shared a special bond with Father Cois, one that only seems to have grown stronger with his passing. It is encouraging to see that they have taken their lessons to heart and continue to work so fervently for the good of their fellow students. Fear, however, that a dark and treacherous path lies ahead of them, and I pray that when the time comes they are ready for whatever challenges awaits. Where's a troubled frown? Master Vetter, just the man I was hoping to see. I'm sorry to say that a rather disturbing rumor has been circulating around the Scholasticate of late, one which claims that the Ark arranged for Ula to be taken away. The boy scorns those who favor different interpretations of the scriptures, I do not deny, but I like to believe he would go so far. To engage in such conduct would risk not only his own position as prefect, but the very honor of the House Dismail, both of which mean a great deal to him. Regretfully, no one seems to know whence these ridiculous rumors came. They could have been coerced by anyone, and for any number of reasons, or concocted too. In any event, with many still unsure of what to make of Ula's sudden withdrawal, these wild accusations have only served to deepen the divide between our seminarians. At this rate, I fear others may decide they no longer wish to remain at the Scholasticate, and so I would be most grateful if you would consent to investigate this matter. Should you oblige my request, I suggest you begin by speaking with Libra. I am told he has spent the past few days looking into Ula's activities prior to her departure, likely with the intent to absolve Ark of suspicion. Let me guess. He caught wind of the rumors and thought you would come and investigate, yes? Hmm? Well, I'll have you know that Ark is innocent. He has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with any of this nonsense. I've known him since childhood. While he might occasionally seem somewhat high-handed, mayhap even callous, he would never do anything to harm anyone. If that is not enough, there is also the fact that in the days and weeks prior to Uther's disappearance, I was not out of his company for more than a few moments. He could not possibly have committed the crime of which he is accused without my knowledge. Whoever orchestrated all of this clearly planned for the blame to fall squarely on his shoulders. That much is certain. Yet numerous as the enemies of House Ismail are, I struggle to think of who would resort to something so underhanded. Unless it was the girl herself? Don't you see, what better way to besmirch the good name of one of Ishgar's foremost houses and win over your peers than to vanish and later spread rumors that he was somehow responsible, and then go on and plant... That is to say... Oh, by the Fury. I pray I'm not making a mistake, but first I would have to swear to tell none but the Inspector of what I am about to reveal. I stumbled across this. Volume 11 of the Articles of Hellenic Polity. It has been conspicuously placed in Ark's dormitory room, with Uther's favorite bookmark tucked between his pages. I need hardly tell you what would happen if people were to learn of this. It is but a mercy that I chanced upon it, and not one more credulous. However, now that we have deduced who the perpetrator is, it should be simple enough to restore Ark's reputation. All we need to do is prove she and her revolutionary friends are responsible. Were I a braver and more foolish man, I would march down to the broom and demand answers. But you, here are blessed with the strength of 100, need not fear for your well-being, much as I do. You're my only hope. Please, I beg of you, take the book and use it to find the girl and prove these foul rumors false. Or it could just be you planting stuff. I shan't your return. Please tell me your inquiries have been more fruitful than mine own. The infamous tome of parables on equality said to have mysteriously vanished off the library shelves shortly prior to his equally inexplicable disappearance. It's the missing volume. However did you find it? So Libra believes that Ula, or one of her revolutionary friends, planted it in Ark's room as part of an elaborate scheme to defame House Dismail. I continue to be amazed by what ridiculous conspiracies these children can be convinced themselves are true, as if the future of Ishgard society shall be shaped by the actions of some few ambitious seminarians. Anyway, I will allow that she may have been consorting with others who support Reformation, and were she persuaded to engage in rebellious acts, the dormitory prefect would have been an ideal target. Alternatively, Arx was so arrogant and careless that he thought nothing of leaving incriminating evidence in plain sight. He would hardly be the first. Needless to say, speculation will avail us not at this juncture. First, I must see what I can learn from this book. In the meantime, I would have you go and speak with the people of the Broom, see what they know, if anything, about Ula, where she might have gone, whom she might have visited, and so forth. Failing that, keep your ears open for news of unusual happenings. One can never be too well informed. Okay. Alrighty. I think I'm going to end it here. I need to get off a little bit early today and head into work a little bit early. Unfortunate. I was hoping I'd be able to stream a bit longer, but no. But thank you all for chatting with me, especially Vanilla. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it, as usual. Hopefully I can get more into this storyline, and also I apologize for being so yawny today. I don't know why. I guess I just didn't get a great restful sleep. Hopefully I'll be better next time. But until then, again, thank y'all very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one, everybody.